It's fine. Favorite song to play live? That's a great question. Oh boy. Well, slow dancing in a burning room. That's a hard one not to want to play. But I think that there's a lot more on this record that are going to slide into the set list, and I'll be just as excited to play. Favorite Beatles song? She's Leaving Home. Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock as the day begins. And, spit some bars. Favorite song to play that isn't my own? Old Love by Eric Clapton. That's a great one. I wish that was mine. I wish that was my song. Favorite Beatles, George Harrison. Do you have a favorite Beatle, Jed? He's working. Deep in. Okay, so this is interesting. Didn't I grow up in Fairfield, Connecticut? That isn't part of Tri-State. My brother just told me this at Thanksgiving, and I again was wrong when I said Tri-State. Tri-State is New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts? You're totally right. Connecticut is not a part of the Tri-State area. But all of the ads that I heard were about Tri-State area. It's totally right. I hop to that. It's not Tri-State area. That puts me more in New England, though. So not Tri-State area, but New England. But yeah, Tri-State area, not Connecticut. And I didn't know that until November, and I lost it in my mind again, and you have reminded me. Hello, Gigi Agazi. I love sushi. I just ate it tonight. Do I like rap? I love rap. I just rapped tonight. Favorite Instagram account? Philip Creamer. Philip Creamer. Or Henry David Nobody Jr. It's a very important one. Yes, you can sit on my lap. Help on the way. That's a nice one. Playing that again. I do have a dog. His name is Moose. And what is the most majestic area in LA? The most majestic area. Let me just keep doing this one. Bel Air? I don't know. Bel Air? Favorite comic, George Carlin. Tour stop most excited for? Los Angeles. Because a lot of the people that I follow on Snapchat will be Snapchatting my show. And that will feel like bringing it all the way back home. Most rock and roll thing that I saw during a show or tour? The most rock and roll answer is no comment. Okay, well, I gotta go. Do I like country songs? Sure. I like more old country, like Willie Nelson, Hank Williams, Ray Price. Wave 2 release date? Friday. Where have you been? Friday. Favorite color? Indigo, like slate, blue, gray, indigo. Chris Stapleton fan? I am a Chris Stapleton fan in an ambient way. I have to know exactly why I am, but I am. And I have to listen to more of his music. Would I take over Dead & Company after Bob Weir? Never thought about it. I don't like thinking about it. And I'm living in the moment. Well, I will make it to St. Louis. Don't you worry about it. Favorite European city? Amsterdam. Good night, my friends. Let's see what's happening over there in Keyboard Land. I will be hopefully coming back to every city and country you ask about. Burger King bought Popeyes. I saw that. So, proving once and for all that somebody's bought Popeyes. It's good, right? Got it. Burger King bought Popeyes, but only because there was a layover at the airport. Another joke. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll stay on for a few more minutes. 2 more minutes. Then I gotta go. Okay, good night. Bring back the bonnet. What's the bonnet? Yeah, we keep thinking about playing the 11 after St. Stephen. I believe we'll do that. I don't hold me to it, but there's talk about playing the 11. Pink Floyd, not a deep enough dive into it, but that just means it awaits in the future. Favorite Jimmy song? I don't know how I can do that. Favorite Jimmy song? Nah, can't answer that. Talk about Wave 2. Talk about Wave 2, right? Favorite song on Wave 2, Still Feel Like Your Man. Favorite song in the last 10 years of mine, Still Feel Like Your Man. It's all about Still Feel Like Your Man. Does the new album have a general vibe to it? Sad dude gets funky. Do I listen to 1975? Every time I've heard a 1975 song, I have enjoyed that it was on, and I was excited that it was on, and I've said to myself, I like this band. And that to me is one step away from being a conscious lover and fan and devotee of the 1975. And that's what we call an honest answer. That's what we call an honest answer. Do I like AC/DC? Who doesn't like AC/DC? The best loud sound I ever heard in my life was AC/DC, and they were at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. I guess it was for them? But they're older than 25 years, and I don't remember what it was. But they were playing, and it was the greatest loud sound I ever heard in my life. It was like, you can take my hearing from me. This is these little hairs in my ear. I am happy to give them to you, AC/DC. Do I like reggae music? Yes, I like reggae music. Favorite Nirvana Unplugged song? You know, it took me a lot of years to understand Nirvana. All Apologies Unplugged is great. It's great. Reggae song in the future? Well, I don't know what reggae song in the future would be yet, because we're not there yet. But if you're talking about a reggae song that's like set in the future, now that's very exciting. Sort of like a moon colony Bob Marley singing about sort of lunar issues would be fucking great. Bob Marley on the moon is a great way to explain. If some band said, listen to my record, Rolling Stone described us as Bob Marley on the moon, I would be like, may I please have all your records? Yes, I'm hair twirling. Thoughts on Chance the Rapper, love the guy. Favorite Frank Ocean song, Sweet Life. And then he played me the song the other day. I won't say the title of it, it's his business, but he's doing stuff right now that's... So I talk about space reggae. Future reggae. That's Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean's future reggae. Tudor, Black Bay, or Sub? That's a really interesting question, because the answer is actually like Tudor, Black Bay, but a sub is still a sub. But if you're asking me on an intellectual level, it's a Black Bay, because it's a little more esoteric. Favorite metal bands? I have a couple of bracelets that I really like. This is one sterling silver bracelet with turquoise in it. I think that's my favorite metal band. Favorite song by the DeBarges? Oh, who's Johnny? Duh. Duh. Cannabis friendly, yes. Yes. Into cannabis on a civilized, thoughtful Zen level, but not into a... I don't believe you have to avail yourself to the other fashion of thinking. Like, there's a way you can be cannabis friendly and not necessarily buy into the other. I'm very into the a la carte of life. I'm very into, like, take this part of a lifestyle. I'm sorry, right here is my hand. Take this part of a lifestyle and enjoy that part of it, but don't take the 9 other usually associated parts of the last night. Hey, I'll post a sneak peek about Wave 2 tonight or something like that. Someone just said I took a mini nap listening to this. You're welcome. Favorite Goro necklace? I have a Goro necklace that's huge. It's the one that Andy Cohen called a Countess Luann statement piece. I just told him the other night it's the reason I haven't worn it since. But I have a real dead-on, like, beautiful Goro necklace. When will I go to bed? 4 to 5 a.m. this morning. Somewhere between 4. ASMR, I'm in love with it. It's really like, right? Heartbreak Warfare is coming back. We'll play it. Aw, I'm glad. So my music helped me heal. I'm glad. Hair product. I don't even know. Some paste or something. Okay. 7,000 people and I have nothing to say. Favorite Michael Jackson song? Great question. Got Me Working Day and Night? Got Me Working Day and Night is a low-key, like, incredible banger, a slapper, as they call it. Wave 2 shirts. I forgot to tell people there are Wave 2 shirts coming out. Yes, Wave 2 shirts tomorrow, noon Eastern time. I forgot to mention that. Wave 2 t-shirts available for 1 day, no sellouts, 1 day only tomorrow. No joke. Forgot to tell people. Favorite MJ album is Off the Wall. Happens to be. Happens to go to bed. Yeah, of course I'm a Stranger Things fan. Do I like selfies with fans? Sure.
Oh, this is the other one.
Yeah, this is the other one. So I've been trying to get it to split the sounds.
Favorite small talk topic? Would you rathers?
Well.
Favorite way to pass time? This way. Advice to 14-year-old John? None. Let the boy learn.
Interesting.
Let the boy. Are we back with the Emma Roberts stuff again?
Manual, so it's 2 samples, right? It doesn't cover it anywhere in the manual. Okay.
Yes, yep. I would not say anything to my 14-year-old self, and I would let the boy learn. Talk about Atlanta. You're right. I mean, really. Let's play a game called How Long Can We Go Before We Acknowledge That Emma Roberts is Here? So let's keep going. And nobody mention it. Let's just see if we can just motor on. And would I ever have kids? Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say that I'm ready to have kids. The statement "I'm ready to have kids" is oftentimes conflated with the idea that you are this clingy guy who looks at every possible woman as the host body for his child. And it's true. What will I name them? Well, I will name my wife Gloria, and the children will choose what their name is. Hey, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? You have to be cool when she's in the room. Listen. Okay, well then, wait a minute, Emma, wait a minute. Because why don't you answer some questions from other people? Because I think we have some, I don't think that we can even pretend now that this is going to go normal. We can't, it would be disingenuous to try and carry on. So anybody have any Emma Roberts facts? Questions for her? I'm sure she doesn't have any problem typing back and answering. Okay, I'm going to say that the suck a dick comment was for me and not for Emma because my fans are well, they're just mildly better than telling a female to do that. Thoughts on Pearl Jam? Love Pearl Jam. Love Pearl Jam. Okay, you know what? This is horrible language, there's horrible language. These are people just who don't know how to be clever, and they're being... fun fact, while we shot a movie together, Emma read 3 books in 4 days. Is this true, Emma? Did you read 3 books in 4 days? That's what we call a voracious reader. Yeah. Thoughts on fish? Love them. No, they're easy to ignore. It's easy to ignore. It's very difficult to hold your cool and be clever. When you really, I'm going to say something that I could take back in 5 seconds. If you really cost-benefit analysis, like you run a risk-reward strategy on, like, no one knows who you are. This person that you admire, celebrities in a room, it's never going to get traced back to you, and you kind of just don't have the time to be yourself. I kind of get how somebody would write something horrible. Like, I kind of get how somebody would do that. You're like, I'm 17, I'm in my room, no one knows who I am. I can kind of say that, here's a celebrity, holy shit, that's cool. And I don't really feel like queuing up and coming up with some other thing to say, so I'm just going to use the C word. I kind of get it. I don't condone it, but I kind of get it. Emma, can you back any part of that statement up? My favorite book, I don't read books very often. That's hard to admit. I don't take information in book form. I like articles. I like listening to people. I guess my favorite book is, and it's so heady to answer this, but it became my favorite book. It's a book called A Brief History of Everything, by a guy named Ken Wilber, who's a phenomenal, kind of equal parts philosopher, scholar, poet kind of guy. Brilliant. It's called The Brief History of Everything. And now that I think about it, it's very close to The Search for Everything. And I should have sounded that out before I mentioned it, but I guess it's got to be pretty close. I do write dope and lofty articles about horology. It's a place to put favorite gun. Oh, it's an H&K P30, but we're not talking about that. I'm in LA right now. When I'm in LA, I don't acknowledge guns. But when I'm in Montana, can I talk to you for a minute over here?
Is it on?
When I'm in Montana, my favorite gun is an H&K P30. No, I don't have a favorite watch. Favorite watch right now. The watch of watches is the Patek Philippe 5370 split-second manual wind chronograph. I'm not wearing it today, but because it's very that's my favorite watch. It's the best watch that a watch company's put out in a long time. Play more jazz. Noted. I'm not high. I'm tired. There's a difference. Dylan Francis, you're fucking killing me. The language that you use is exactly the language that I use when I try to. There's this weird doublespeak. I'm back in the chat. You don't know that watch. You don't know that watch. Although that might have been mansplaining at its worst, because you might know what a 5370 is. I don't know. I get my power from you not knowing what that is. That's my man cave. How late am I usually in the studio? Late. I go till the music sounds like mush. I go till 10. Dylan Francis can back me up on this. We go until everything sounds too fast. Favorite whiskey? I quit drinking in October. Sweet baby Jean is here. Thoughts on how the universe began? Just a misunderstanding, really. It was one big misunderstanding. Favorite beer? It was Stinky IPAs when that was the day. But I want to sing for the rest of my life and have great facility and have all my faculties. And so I gave it up. Damn it. Oh my God, Dave Smith is on. By the way, David Smith is in the room. David Smith is the artist, the brilliant artist who created the Born and Raised cover, along with a lot of other pieces of signage and assets, design assets for me. We are in the presence of the greatest a person can be in what they do, and that is David Smith. And David Smith also a very important guy because he is passing on the knowledge and the scholarship of and the art of being a hand letter, you would call it a sign maker. And so that is a very important dude who is keeping. He's sort of almost the last bastion, or was the last bastion of this really, 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 really impossibly high-grade fine art ability. And he's passed it on to other people. And I would say he's very selfless in doing that, in getting people to hold up signs that look just like his. I'm sure if you look closely, they're not. But he's really passing his knowledge along, and people are kind of multiplying what in terms of the overall the ability to make this great work, and he's responsible for that. Online Ceramics, makers of the finest Deadhead streetwear. Why won't I perform at Coachella? It's a very interesting question. I'm an artist that is a very polarizing artist in the sense that some artists exist as these waypoints in someone's tastes, where if you like John Mayer, you can't like Churches. And if you like Churches, you can't like John Mayer. And you can like both. That's the crazy thing. But in the eyes of the Coachella world, you have to make a choice. So I did Bonnaroo a couple times, but it wasn't by myself. And I have to understand that there is a certain countercultural, at least countercultural design to Coachella that I don't fit. And I'm fine with that. Polarizing, egocentric? Yeah, I don't think I'm egocentric because I care about other people, but I'm self-centered. Absolutely. You think that I would be able to write all these songs if I wasn't self-centered? Please. All right. Would I play Glastonbury? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Electric's more fun to play than... All right. This is an interesting. Someone said, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Emotionally very introvert, but my mouth is extrovert, and I live in a lot of pain. Constant pain. Yeah, let me just think about that for a minute. No, I do. I live in my head. I live in my own thoughts, and that is self-centered. But it is not narcissistic, and it is not egocentric. They are.
Right, which are right here.
They're deep into MIDI menus right now, so. Well, this is the thing. I don't have my superpowers tonight.
Figure out how to do it.
I'm 6'3".
Or I haven't figured it out yet. Here, give me those headphones back.
That guitar is coming. The Charvel Powell Peralta.
Well,
we're going to get the strap with initials. The strap with initials came from Isaac, my friend Isaac McFadden from Canada, who has been ill for some time, and thankfully is doing okay. And he's given me a couple of these guitar straps, and so I wear that for him. And it's a cool strap, so that's where I got it from. Yes, being self-centered is the greatest secret to songwriting. Absolutely. The new PRS album comes out in a couple months. I can go either way in the toilet paper. As long as it's there, I'm cool. Kirkland 3s, I usually am rocking them. I sold them to Riff LA. Basically, I had to sell them. Can I play the first minute of Changing? I don't have a... Yeah, I have a guitar here. I will soon. I will soon.
And a by Trimble fashion, see?
I will.
By Tim. Can you see?
Let me see. What do you guys want to do? You want to take a look around the studio? It's kind of a small studio. Oh, hey, David. By the way, look at this. This is what David made for me. He did this by hand. This is hand engraved. And someone just noticed the other day, which I had, these are the names of Born and Raised songs that have been this is a human being did this with his hand. It's unbelievable. Isn't that crazy? It's wild. Crazy for this one. You crazy for this one, David Smith. This is my Buddy Lee doll. And sometimes when I'm sitting here and I look over at Buddy Lee, he's peering at me through here, and it creeps me out because I realize that he's looking at me. I catch him through this little bit of the lamp thing. And isn't that scary? Yo, isn't that scary? Like, what if you're just playing a piano part and you look over and you realize that this guy is stalking you? That's what it looks like from here. I mean, you really catch it like right here. You're like, yo, that shit is so freaky. I'm not joking, I do catch it like that. Song will I open the tour with different songs. Different songs. That is my boy. That is the boy I've always wanted. Do you have a doll named Tanya Harding? Does anyone else know that you have? Is this the first time you've shared with the world that you have a doll named Tanya Harding?
Well, there's SWAT A and SWAT B, which is what you were referring to before.
Do we have any Scream Queen questions for Emma? Anybody?
Okay. So now,
Most underrated guitar color. What a great question. You got three-tone sunburst. Very underrated guitar color. You get the right three-tone sunburst. It's gorgeous. But you just got a doll? I got that doll like a couple years ago, so we were probably the same age when we bought our dolls. I do know Brandon Wardell, and we're both back on our bullshit, and I think that's what's most important. And I refuse to grow up, and I will always learn the millennial sayings. James Bay, I've seen him play. He's fantastic. I was almost just going to make a dumb word joke, and I bailed out of it. Well, what is Screaming Queens about? That is the question. That is the question.
It's like every day.
I will say, I gotta say it again. I'm a very good sense of real and what isn't. I'm very hard to pull a fast one on. I still find the Emma Roberts thing a little suspect, and I'm not sure why. I should be able to accept the fact that somebody is like just a fan, or you know, it might be that's like the F word of all F words, but like maybe I should just accept the fact that like I'm liked and someone jumped on an Instagram Live thing. But there's a part of my brain. Does anyone else feel this way? If there's a part of your brain that feels like that's not really Emma Roberts. Does anyone else feel this way? Oh, that's a good question. Is Stamos as hot in person as he seems to be? I know the answer, but I'm gonna leave this to the only way that you could prove you're Emma Roberts is if you answered the question: is John Stamos as hot in person as he seems to be? And then we'll know for sure.
Yeah.
So
now
have
you
at
can
it.
listen to the two of them together. Actually, do an input here.
We're waiting.
If you do an
You can't answer it because I'm not sure it's really you.
Then you can listen. Okay, but I was going to say you can listen to both at the same time.
Do I drink from the fountain of youth? Thank you. I don't smoke.
Right? So,
I am a little heavy from the studio, which is a little bit like craft services.
Here.
It's like it's like shooting a movie when you're in the studio. There's just like brownies and stuff around. So I'm getting rid of that. I gotta do video and stuff like that. That's right. The answer is I've seen John Stamos. Not as much as Emma Roberts / fake Emma Roberts has seen John Stamos, real John Stamos. But he is every bit as good looking, and that is a don't crack situation. Do I have a workout routine? I used to. I do on the road. It's easier. I'm healthier on the road than I am. And I get tired and overworked, and then I start eating. And I eat my feelings. And then I smoke weed to relax at the end of the night, and then I eat because I get the munchies. So I had to quit that, too. All right. I'm out of here, guys. this?
I'll get you a longer.
This was fun, I think-ish.
Because then
I was not influenced by Johnny Cash. I thought about him a little bit when I was making Paradise Valley.
I'll get you a longer.
What timepiece am I wearing?
Here.
Today's timepiece is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Extra Thin in Rose Gold with the tourbillon movement and a boutique exclusive matching gold dial. And yeah, so that was that. God bless America. Have a great night, and I'll see you later.